A Lexington man is in the hospital after a fire this morning that shut down a busy Lexington road.
Whitley County students face several charges for making a threat at the school.
With more rain in the forecast, we could see even more of this. We're breaking down the continuing threat of mudslides with state emergency management officials.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. WKYT News starts now with breaking news.
Good afternoon to you. We continue to track a breaking news alert out of Madison County.
Eastern Kentucky University says it has suspended the football players involved in a bar fight with players from UK. That decision comes about a week after a grand jury decided not to indict anyone in this case. Our Monique Blair is at the live desk with more on these suspensions. Monique?
Well, this statement just released in the past few hours states that following procedure, EKU has suspended the players involved in the bar fight at Jersey's on January 25th. This comes just 3 days after the video of exactly what happened that night was released to the public. The statement from EKU says, quote, given the actions of these student athletes, these players have been suspended from the EKU football roster. Their future at the university will be determined pending the decision by personnel within our Office of Student Rights and Responsibilities. This type of behavior will not be tolerated, end quote. According to a police report also just made public 3 days ago, EKU defensive lineman Colton Scurry was the primary aggressor in the fight at Jersey's. EKU will not name the players nor comment on how many students are suspended, but we can tell you in just the past couple of hours, Colton Scurry and Patrick Graffrey have been removed from the online EKU football roster. Now, UK football coach Mark Stoops says from a football standpoint, the UK players involved were addressed and it was handled internally prior to the videos being released this week. Coach Stoops says the videos didn't present any new information to the case. I'm at the live desk, Monique Blair, WKYT.
Monique, thank you. A morning apartment fire sent one man to the hospital with burns.
That fire started about 9:30 on East Maxwell Street near Transylvania Park. While firefighters kept it from spreading, it did cause minor damage to a neighboring building. WKYT's Victor Puente talks to those who had to evacuate in our top story at 5.
This fire nearly spread to a neighboring home. One of the people who lived here is now in the hospital. The homeowner tells me it gutted 2 of the 3 apartments inside. The fire started sometime around 9:30 this morning. People living next to the home say 2 men were knocking on all the windows and doors, making sure everyone got out.
I hear banging on my door and on the kitchen window, and so I rushed out, and 2 gentlemen said the house next door is on fire, and I look and I see flames coming out, smoke.
A man living in the apartment where the fire was believed to have started was taken to the hospital with burns. Firefighters say the older construction of the home added to the difficulty of fighting the fire and led them to tear open portions of the building.
And again, that's what the saws are for, and that's what the big hooks are for, is to open those spots, make sure there's no fire in there, and it can go traveling to other floors.
The people living in the apartments next door watched as firefighters worked to keep it from spreading to their home. They saw the man who lives in the bottom apartment before he was taken to the hospital.
He was shirtless, he was covered in ashes, kind of looked a little dazed and confused, and next thing we know, he was taken away to the hospital.
Firefighters are keeping a unit on scene for a few more hours. They tell me they want to make sure that fire is completely out before they leave. In Lexington, Victor Puente, WKYT.
Firefighters tell us they did find a cat in that burned apartment, but that it didn't survive.
2 students have been taken into custody following a school lockdown. The lockdown at Whitley County schools lasted several hours this morning while deputies investigated reports of a gun in one of the buildings. WKYT Sam Smith shows us the action officials took to keep the students safe.
The sheriff tells me a message sent from a computer at the middle school to a crisis center in Iowa is why this whole thing started. The message named a student that doesn't exist. It said that fictional student wanted to kill himself and that he had a gun in his backpack and was going to shoot some kids. The crisis center in Iowa contacted officials here, and the schools were immediately locked down, including the Williamsburg schools. The middle and high schools were searched. Nothing was found. Investigators would later arrest a 16-year-old and a 19-year-old, Nicholas Ryan Greenlee. They are both charged with terroristic threatening first degree, harassing communication, and disorderly conduct in the first degree. Investigators say the teens are friends and they both used that computer to send the message. One told officials that it was just a joke.
But nobody out there was laughing. We take this stuff very serious, and the school does also.
The sheriff's office, state police, emergency management, as well as school officials all participated in this lockdown and investigation. In Whitley County, Sam Smith, WKYT.
Williamsburg schools were on lockdown because police asked them to. Students there were not threatened. Well, no heavy rain today, but many of us had to dodge a shower or even a storm.
And while we have clearer weather tomorrow, it is not going to last long for us. WKYT Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey's here now with an early check of your forecast. Hi, Chris.
Hi, Amber. Hi, Sam. Overall, pretty good weather to kick off our Thursday evening across central and eastern Kentucky. So if we've got some Little League baseball action, some soccer action, girls softball, or maybe we're just out for a little walk around the neighborhood or in the park, go do it to it. It is absolutely gorgeous into most areas. I say most areas. One of the areas, Lexington. Look at the clouds now beginning to break up even more. Still a little bit of that tropical sky, 70 degrees. Humidity is up there, 68%. The winds are coming from the south. That is a warm and a rather moist wind at 16 miles an hour. What Defender is tracking now, some spotty showers and storms back to our west, and also now picking up on some lighter rains the farther south that we get along Interstate 75. Parts of the Rockcastle County area through London, Corbin, Williamsburg, in some cases barely enough to dampen the ground. Lexington Metro again, plenty of sunshiny skies that continue to show up, and that's a trend that should carry us with the clear conditions through the remainder of the evening. Coming up here in just a little bit, we'll walk you through that weekend, guys, which continues to look half good and half not so good. Your hour-by-hour forecast will break it down for you in just a few minutes.
All right, I like the half good part, Chris. Thank you. A small business is raising money to help cover funeral costs for a co-worker killed in this week's flooding. Eugene Wren died when his car became submerged in a creek off Paint Lick Road in Berea Monday. He worked at Everybody Rides Auto Sales off New Circle Road in Lexington. Co-workers say Wren doesn't have any insurance, and they're doing what they can to help out his family. Wren leaves behind 2 sons, a mother, sister, and a girlfriend.
This type of thing can happen to anybody. We certainly didn't expect it to happen to him, and it did. So, you know, it's him today and maybe someone else tomorrow. So I just kind of hope that the community can come together and help us out and help them out.
Wren's funeral will be held at 2 Sunday in Berea at Davis and Powell Funeral Home. Flooding isn't the only problem caused by our recent rainy weather.
Heavy rains have caused mudslides and rock slides in several Kentucky counties. Our Mark Barber shows us what causes the problem.
State emergency management officials say we have already seen a historic amount of rain. And with even more in the forecast, they say people need to brace themselves to see even more dangerous mudslides. This mudslide was caught on camera in Whitley County, where trees and rocks came crashing down onto Kentucky 92, west of Williamsburg in the Daniel Boone National Forest. Buddy Rogers, the spokesperson of Kentucky's Emergency Management Agency, says mudslides like this happen when heavy rains erode soil. If there's a steep slope, the mudslide can move more than 35 miles per hour. They can be triggered by intense rainfall, like we started seeing here last week. In Menifee County, crews are still chipping away at a large boulder that fell onto both lanes of Kentucky 1274. Mudslides have closed roads in counties like Floyd, Perry, and Madison, just to name a few. In Madison County, a mudslide came crashing down onto Tates Creek Road after hours of hard rain on Tuesday. Mudslides also wipe out gas, water, and sewage lines, damaging the infrastructure.
It can impact all types of infrastructure, but the primary concern is our people's safety. Just have to caution people, just be aware of the conditions in their surroundings.
Rogers says so far, the areas hit by mudslides have not asked for any assistance from the state. In Frankfort, Mark Barber, WKYT.
Now, Rogers tells us the threat of mudslides will continue until all this rain stops. Crews have been out all day working to clear the mudslide on Tates Creek Road in Madison County. You can see from these pictures that they had to bring in some pretty heavy equipment to move all the mud. The Madison County Emergency Management Agency says they hope to have the road open by tomorrow.
It is a photo that has left many people outraged. How a celebrity caused it to go viral. That's ahead.
It's sickened more than 1,000 dogs. What you need to know about an outbreak of dog flu in Better Living.
A man admits to killing his girlfriend. What the victim's family thinks about the plea deal on WKYT News at 5:30.